Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa, my Yakamanders. It's the Neko Boss. Neko Chiyo is. How's everybody doing today? How's your, what is it, Sunday, everyone? I'm sorry, it took me a while to stream. I was a little bit upset this morning, and it was for an extended period of time. I didn't even realize I've been upset for a long period of time. And when I looked at the time, I was like, oh my god, the time has gone. It's gone. I wanted to stream on time today, but I couldn't. I'm sad. Anyway, today is gonna be a good day of a short stream because I started late. I'm so sorry. So I'm probably gonna be streaming for like an hour to an hour and a half maximum. I'm sorry if you're expecting a little bit longer than that, but that's all I can afford to do today. But we're gonna be yapping today while I eat my food because I haven't eaten anything. And we're gonna be watching videos to react to. Does that sound okay with everyone? Short streams are fine. Thank you. Let me just post on Twitter because I kind of forgot that I forgot to announce. And then I say short stream, and then a few hours later, she's still going. No. Actually, this is a short stream today because I've got a few things that I need to sort out later today because I told you I have a business training kind of thing that I have to go out of town for. So I need to pack my suitcase. Well, it's only an overnight trip, but I have to bring my skincare, my makeup, my outfit, and stuff. So I'd rather not have a heavy backpack and just bring a small suitcase, chat. It's easier with the wheels and everything. Am I right or am I right? Yes, I'm right. Of course, I'm right. Anyway, let me also share it on the Blue Sky app. So basically, I'm gonna be doing an overnight Nekobosu training trip. So I have to pack my bag later, and I'm stressed because I don't know what to wear because I don't even know. I don't trust the weather. I like, do I wear something long sleeved and die if it's warm? Or do I wear something short sleeved and die if it's cold? I don't know. I don't know what the right answer is. Packing the busu disguise. What do you mean no disguise needed? No disguise needed. Have you seen this face? Would you disguise this face? You won't disguise this face. It's so cute. Anyway. What was I saying? That's it. That is it. Chat. That's all of the announcement. And the reason why I can't stream long today. I do apologize. But it is what it is. Disguise the cat ears. Oh dear. Okay. Oop. So today I think we're gonna be doing AITA story again. I don't know. I just feel like it, you know. just feel like it. Wisdom of the Bosu, it is what it is. Exactly, Edora. You got it. By the way, Captain, congratulations on getting first redeem. Let's go. Hunter, konnichiwa. DJ, konnichiwa. AS, konnichiwa. Zap, konnichiwa. Edora, konnichiwa. Hope you're all doing well. Disclaimer, I will be eating while watching, so I am sorry about this. But yeah. Hold up. I just need... Where is that thing? Okay, it's this one. Bada-bada-bam. Redora, what's Bosu official age? I think we need to make a command for that because I keep on forgetting. So we need a command that actually tells my age. 1.5 years ago, yo, I'm 1,357,456. So 1.5 years ago, so that's 1,357,457.5. Then is my age. My God, Edora, why did I choose those numbers? I don't know. Oh no, of course I didn't choose those numbers. I actually investigated my actual age because at some point I just stopped counting and I had to do some math. Okay? It is definitely real. My age. 100%. 100%. Right, chat? You believe me, right? Of course you do. Of course you believe you, Nikabatsu. Yes, that's my chat impression. Actually, it's very accurate. You don't even know if that was an impression or if that was actually chat. You know? It's so good. 100%, of course, I believe you, Nikabusu. See? Exactly my point. You believe me. 100%. Hi, Ava. Hello, hello. Zap, we need to make that command now. Bosu age as of 2025. Please. Oh! Should be Bosu age as of 2024. Because I haven't had my birthday yet this year. Am I right? Of course I'm right. Okay, today I'm eating I'm eating salad and beef. Now, I don't know what happened in my life, but I was supposed to eat some noodles, which I cooked the other day. I put it in the fridge, but I didn't think it wouldn't last that long. And I feel like it's starting to spoil, so I'm not gonna eat it. I know. It tastes suspicious. So, it tastes kind of familiar, but also suspicious. So I was like, nah, I can't eat this anymore. I cannot. I was afraid because I have a business trip tomorrow and I can't afford to be having food poisoning. So I just prepared my salad and the beef. I don't even know if it's gonna be a good combination, but I at least separated the greens and the beef. Have some beef with you, Adora. Chad, I forgot my snack. Hold up. I need to put it in the fridge because that snack is so much better cold. Hold on. Perfect. Alright, okay, chat. Also, I forgot to say that yesterday, I, probably something with chocolate. You're wrong. It doesn't have chocolate yet. Okay? I add the chocolate myself. It's sugar waffles. Sugar waffles. I know most people will like it soft, but I like kind of cold. And then I put some Nutella spread or hazelnut spread on it. And oh my goodness, it tastes good. What would be the exact number at the moment? 1357457.5. Yes. What's the food that's best served cold? Something with ice, because it would be weird if it's warm. Warm ice cream. Warm shaved ice. Except those. What's the food that's best served cold? I would say brownies, but I know a lot of people probably say, no, brownies are supposed to be warm. You're wrong, okay? It's best when it's cold, especially fudgy brownies and it's cold. I love that. Bosu age. You only had to do an age command, not a bosu. We're not gonna count the age of anyone else in this channel. Anyway, it's fine. We can keep that command. Revenge? Oh my god, Edora, that's a different kind of coldness. Oh dear god. Anyway, speaking of revenge, I'm seeing our story for the day. I think it's time to start it because it's possible that it's half an hour long. What is that, Eva? I know embutido, but what is the first word? Yeah. Well, not that old yet. Oh my god, Zap, how could you mess up my age? You even asked the exact age. I haven't had my birthday yet. Ichiko, thank you so much for the resub. 14 months, let's go. Thank you. Alright, chat. While Zap is trying to fix my age command, we're gonna start this particular story now. Are you ready? Are you ready? Well, it's working, yes, but you wrote the wrong age. Duh. You even asked. Start. Oh, AIT. Alright, let's start this story right here. AITA for refusing to raise my husband's children from his affair now that he and the woman he cheated with have passed away. What? Cat, I didn't realize I chose such a dark story. Oh my god. Wait, what? Okay. Let's do this. I'm not ready for this. I don't even think I'm ready for it. Hi, Pudu. Welcome. Okay.
Raise my husband's children from his Am I the asshole for refusing to raise my husband's children from his affair now that he and the woman he cheated with have passed away?
How did both
Sorry
of them
for using a new account. I know that's a red flag, but I don't want to risk using my old Reddit account. My 45F husband, 49M, of 23 years has been having
So she's 45, the husband is 49, okay?
My 45F husband, 49M, of 23 years, has been having an affair with a 20 years old girl since 2020. I found out this year when his affair partner gave birth to twin boys in March. Obviously, we were going to divorce. We've been hashing things out since. It's been a lengthy process due to some properties in common, and we needed to get an accountant since he used the shared account for his affair. Finally, things seemed to be getting close to the end when both my husband and the woman he cheated with were killed in a car crash. By some miracle, the twin babies were not harmed in the crash. Now they are orphaned and neither set of grandparents can take them in permanently.
Oh dear God.
My husband's parents are both in assisted living. He has no siblings and the only aunt that could take them refuses.
Oh my God.
She's been child-free her whole life. On the woman's side, I'm not sure the details in full, but her parents are also not able to be involved long-term, and the one sister she has lives overseas. Since we were still married and he had not updated his will, all his assets are set to pass to me and our 2 children. I'm not callous enough to leave those babies with nothing, so I agreed to let whoever is their legal guardian to have the remaining balance in the shared account. About $25,000 in savings. The issue is no one wants to take them in.
Oh
now
dear.
My in-laws are pressuring me to take them in and raise them.
What?
The issue is, I don't want to. At all.
Why are they pressuring her to raise the children from his affair? That seems unfair. I feel like, okay, we need to dig this deeper, though, because we never know. You never know with these stories, like how it goes. One day you're on Earth, and the next thing you know, you're in Pluto, which is not a planet anymore. What the heck am I saying? Anyway, that's just pain and suffering in a box. I know. Why would they? I don't know. He is 49 and she's 45. Okay? But I feel like she's sensible enough to actually give their share, you know, from the shared account. Because, yes, she's right. The twins deserve something. But I feel like it's unreasonable to ask her to raise them. Like, why? It's not her responsibility. It's not her children, though. If anything, that's traumatizing, you know? A constant reminder of the betrayal. That's crazy. It's like you got someone to take care. Well, yeah. Might be a different story. She still loved the guy after the affair came to light, but she was also divorcing him because of that. So I wouldn't take them in if I was her. I mean, to be honest, like, even if she did love him, you know, and they came to an agreement of some sort, it would still be unfair for all of that responsibility to be given to her or shoved into her or something, like force her into taking, because she just has no responsibility over it, you know? She shouldn't be responsible for it. If the real family is refusing, then why are you dumping it on someone else? Who, like Dora said, wanted a divorce in the first place. But let's hear the rest of the story, because you never know, chat. You never know.
Now my in-laws are pressuring me to take them in and raise them.
Oh,
the issue is, I don't want to. At all.
Exactly.
I wouldn't love them and I don't want to be the evil stepmother. But I know a big part of me will always have a level of resentment towards them. I will probably favor my own children. It's not their fault, but I truly loved my husband and I thought we were happy before I found out about the affair. We have 2 daughters, 14 and 16. Obviously we had disagreements, but never insulted each other before. Then I found out about the affair and he began calling me names and blaming me for his cheating.
Wow.
He became abusive and even tried to kick me off the house.
Blaming her for his cheating. My goodness, chat. That is crazy. That is...
Calling me names and blaming me for his cheating. He became abusive and even tried to kick me off the house.
Wow.
My childhood home that is not shared property, for the record.
Wow.
I'm also raising teenagers alone now. I don't have the energy to raise babies anymore. My daughters hate their baby brothers. I tried to get them to spend time with their dad as we were divorcing, but they refused. Since this all was found out because of the babies, there wasn't really a way to sugarcoat the situation. And they are also too old to really get away with it.
Mm-hmm.
Most of my friends agree it's not my place to care for those children, but
Yeah.
my in-laws, the affair woman's parents, and my mother want me to raise them. I know my mom is just having grandkids fever, but it hurts to not have her support. I have to make a decision by next week or the boys will be going into foster care. At the moment they are temporarily placed with their maternal grandparents. I feel horrible, but I am very sure I can't take them in. Small update. Hey everyone, this blew up far more than I thought,
Oh my
and
God.
I appreciate the well wishes.
Chap, hold up. I need to chew. You never know when will the Rock show up. Stop it. You're bringing up another AITA. Let the in-laws take care of them. How's your day going? It's going good, Gangam. Thank you, thank you. The family of the fair family would take care of it, or the guy's family. No, they're not. I'm having salad and beef. They're separate though. There is not one dish, chat. I have like my greens on one side with my French dressing, classic French dressing. I don't know why I got the French dressing. And then the beef on another bowl. Ugh. Anyway. Okay. Here's the thing, chat. Okay. I can understand why she's troubled though. Because she is ultimately a good person, you know? And she's thinking, oh no, if I don't take responsibility, they're gonna go into foster care. And because this is what sucks here, chap. Because other people are trying to impose this responsibility on her, she will now feel like it's gonna be her fault if they go into foster care. It's not, by the way, because they have families that should actually take over and they're not stepping in. Why? And also, like she said, she's not confident that she can actually look after them, anymore. She's got 2 teenage children, and emotionally, she knows that she will be, how do I say it? She would prefer her own children over them, and she will have some sort of resentment. So I think, for all of those reasons, I think she's in the right to refuse. But let's see. That's healthy enough, is it? Thank you.
I have to make a decision by next week or the boys will be going into foster care. At the moment they are temporarily placed with their maternal grandparents. I feel horrible, but I am very sure I can't take them in. Small update. Hey everyone, this blew up far more than I thought, and I appreciate the well wishes for my girls, the boys and myself. Also for the amount of lovely people offering to see about giving the twins a good home. I might not be their mother, but it does touch me and makes me glad there's good people out there. After thinking carefully and speaking to my lawyer, reading responses, doing research, etc., I plan to speak to the grandparents tomorrow and refuse to take legal guardianship of the boys. I will let them know of the usernames of people that offered meetings for private adoptions or fostering, but my daughters are my priority. It'll be up to the twins' grandparents to decide if they'll proceed with adoption, keep them, or turn them to the state. I wish I had the mental capacity to be the person to do this, but I have 2 girls that are going through a lot and they need my full attention. I'll also be talking to the lawyers to figure out if the boys have any inheritance claim properly. If they do, I'll separate it and leave it to the lawyers to do what they need to do for them to have access when it's best. If they don't, I'll find a way to ensure they have access to the $25,000 I was going to give them since the beginning. I won't do more, however. My moral compass might be biased, but I don't believe I'm obligated neither morally or legally to do more than what the word of law says. I can't help everyone and I shouldn't have to. I have 2 girls that lost their father, 2 girls that need therapy, 2 girls just about to get to college. They've gone through enough without seeing their mother favor the children of their father's mistress.
Oh dear God.
Now to the next story. Story 2.
Wait, chat, that was like one story. I thought this was gonna be the whole 30 minutes, but that was actually Very, I would say, understandable decision. But for formality, can we have a poll up, please? So we know what chat thinks. Is she the A for refusing to raise her husband's children from his affair now that they're both dead? The husband and the affair woman. I can't even see a reason for why she should be pressured to. Exactly. Hello? The affair woman! You don't know who she is. There's no name. So we call her affair woman. The A. Exactly. Mm-hmm. Zap, can you get on your PC so you could help me out? More like the B? Right, okay, hold up, chap. I think I'm gonna have to do it myself. A yeah. Thank you, Zap. I appreciate it. Alright. I wanna react properly, but I'm playing. What is WF? I don't know. What you munching right now? Beef. And then this one is salad. Should I do food for the day command and I will update every stream what I'm eating? Wi-Fi. I see. Alright. Next story.
Two girls just about to get to college. They've gone through enough without seeing their mother favor the children of their father's mistress. Now to the next story. Story 2. My stepmother abused my fiance's young brother, causing a family rift that threatens to destroy our wedding and relationships forever.
What
Original
the
post.
heck?
Mention of child Abu *E. It's not too graphic, but it's there. I tried posting this on AIDA through a different account a couple days ago, but it didn't work out. Given the trigger warning, I'm not surprised.
Oh my
I have
god.
since concluded my wife and I did the right thing, so this will be my last attempt to post this story. I tried to add some info and change the wording a little. All names are fake. My 28M stepmother, 49F, is a wannabe party planner.
Wait, what? Again.
Fake. My 28M stepmother,
So he's 28 and the stepmother is 49.
49F, is a wannabe party planner.
Okay.
She has taken it upon herself to plan and host every party and holiday my dad's family has thrown since she married him.
Oh.
I never loved those occasions growing up. She's controlling and gets upset if people complain about anything, but humored her for my dad's sake. According to him, this helps her feel included. I'm getting married to my fiancée Jane, 26F, in July. We got engaged in early 2021, but Jane ended up getting pregnant a couple months after that, and we decided to postpone the wedding to focus on our son for a while. So we've had a long engagement. My stepmother has tried to hijack our wedding plans from day one, complaining, contacting our planner, showing up unannounced to Jane's dress appointments, etc.
Why?
And we have repeatedly asked her to stop. Dad wants us to humor her, but she's clearly resentful of the fact that she's not hosting the wedding or being labeled mother of the groom in invitations. Besides our baby boy, we also have Luke, 4M, Jane's paternal half-brother. She got custody of him a few months into our relationship, after his parents died. I ended up moving in with them during the pandemic, and have been in Luke's life since he was a baby. He doesn't call me dad, and refers to us as his sister and his OP, but we love him like a son. Stepmother, though, hates Luke. She accuses Jane of baby trapping her way into the family. That accusation only got worse after our son was born. My dad gets along with Jane and adores the kids, but stepmother demands him to refuse babysitting Luke, so we don't leave the kids with them often.
What?
Instead, Jane's brother and CL usually watch the kids for us, as their children are close to ours in age. We had a thing last Sunday, and my Bill was out of town with his family. Jane's other siblings live in different cities, as well as my mom and sister. My dad agreed to babysit at our place, and we left. We came back to find both kids crying, stepmother screaming, and dad weakly trying to calm everyone down. Apparently, Luke had told stepmother that both he and our son were going to be our ring bearers, and she went ballistic.
What?
She screamed that she wasn't going to allow that because he wasn't family. She then made me need to include the trigger warning when he started crying. His lip is still split. She'd never gotten to this point before.
Wait, what?
We immediately banned her from our
His lip is
house.
still split? What the heck did she do?
And from our wedding. Dad is fuming and has said he's not going without her. He's also convinced half of his side of the family, by severely downplaying what stepmother did, to boycott the wedding as well. This includes my stepbrother, who fully agrees with his mother no matter how many times I try to tell him the truth. Me and Jane are refusing to budge, but many of my cousins who aren't coming anymore are asking us to reconsider. Pretty much all of Jane's family agrees with us, but one of her aunts has suggested that maybe stepmother is acting out because she doesn't feel welcomed by my family. I've honestly had it with my family enabling her behavior.
Yeah, why would you
I love
enable
my
that
dad
behavior?
and really want him at my wedding, but I am more than willing to go NC if it means protecting my family.
What is NC,
Edit.
chat? What is NC? Chat, what does NC mean? What does NC mean? Oh, no contact! No contact! Chat, I'm so smart! I'm so smart! Okay. I
accidentally deleted the paragraph where I mentioned this, but we did press charges. We took Luke to the pediatrician the next day and gathered every piece of evidence we had. Not only did we have pictures of Luke's face, but by some miraculous strike of luck, we also had nanny cam footage. Some commenters were right to assume that my SM hadn't been invited to our house, but my dad hasn't really gone anywhere without her in years, so we took precautions. We didn't expect her to actually do anything this awful, but we've never trusted her with the kids. The physical attack happened off camera, but there is some footage of her screaming and Luke crying before and after the event. She now has a child abuse charge on her rap sheet.
Wow.
We wouldn't let her get away with this. Edit 2, there is a lot of additional info I want to add. I'll try to respond to at least some of the comments. I did not expect the amount I've gotten so far, but all I'll add for now is that Luke is okay.
Okay.
The visit to the pediatrician happened the day after. He already had a counselor. Jane was pretty traumatized when her dad and stepmom died, and was worried it would rub off on him, and will continue treatment. We've been hugging and pampering him a little more than usual too. He's still upset, but is already doing much better. Update 1. I want to thank everybody who took the time to read and/or comment on my previous post.
My goodness.
It's been a tough week, but it's always great to know that people care. I haven't been able to reply to every comment, but I will try to address some in this update. This might get a little long. I'll start off by saying that me and Jane are going NC with my dad and SM. We haven't really spoken to either of them since the incident, and I don't plan on being the one to reach out. Any communication between us is being handled by my younger sister. She's completely on our side, but will remain in low contact for the time being. I've decided to adopt Jane's way of dealing with people she cares about. Forgive what's apologized for, but never forget. Basically, if Dad or SM ever truly understand what they did wrong and sincerely apologize, we're willing to forgive them, even if begrudgingly so, but we will never ignore, or let them forget, what they did to our family. And for the time being, neither of them will be allowed near Luke, our baby, and any other kids we may have in the future, even if we do forgive them. As for the rest of my family, I read a lot of comments suggesting that I post pictures of Luke's face, as well as the nanny cam footage. I'm not very active on social media, but even if I was, I'm not comfortable exposing my injured preschooler like that, especially given that nothing on the internet ever truly goes away. I also decided not to share the pictures with my family unless truly necessary. I should probably mention that while my family adores my dad, most of them aren't very fond of SM. She had 2 failed marriages prior to meeting my father, the first of which resulted in my stepbrother, and he cheated on his then girlfriend to be with her. My family loved that girlfriend and disliked SM right away. Not only has she been controlling and manipulative since the beginning, She's also tried to force her way into the family matriarch role by any means possible.
Yeah, stepmom,
Taking over
stepmom.
planning duties for every family event was her favorite way to do it, because of all the attention and compliments that come with it. The main reason why I hated these parties growing up was because she'd always find a way to make everything about her, including Christmas and mine and my sister's birthdays.
The heck?
The rest of the family felt neutral about it, but they never liked her. With Luke, it was different. Most of my relatives didn't meet him until COVID restrictions got looser, and by then he was 2 years old. He's a bright and genuinely lovable kid, and there weren't really any other small children in the family, so everyone immediately started cooing over him. The way I see it, SM got upset that Jane and Luke were accepted by my family so easily compared to her experience, and that's why she resents them both, but I can't confirm that. She was also mad that, aside from not being the planner, she would have absolutely no involvement in the wedding party. She tried to pressure us into letting her officiate. One of Jane's best friends was offered that role a year ago, making stepbrother my best man. He wasn't interested and I'd already gotten my best friend. Or asking her sister's daughter to be our flower girl. We'd promised Jane's 3-year-old niece. Also, her sister's daughter is 15 and doesn't know us. She also tried to convince us to let my dad walk Jane down the aisle, since her father's gone, but her eldest brother, the Bill I mentioned in the first post, had already been enlisted.
Brother-in-law.
SM was disappointed that my family wasn't as involved in the wedding as Jane's, and kept making comments about how that would never happen if we put her in charge. All of that being said, there's nothing that can excuse being that awful to a child, especially if it really is the petty jealousy that I suspect.
Exactly. And child, why is this even a big deal? You know, what matters more in the wedding? Is it who becomes the ring bearer? Who's the flower girl? Who's this and that? I mean, why? Why does it matter? It's not your event. It's their wedding. They can choose whoever they want to be involved in the wedding. Am I right? Oh my goodness, control freak, exactly. Those stepmoms are not portrayed like in other stories on internet. Oh, really? What do you mean? What other stories? She's happy. This is what she deems the most important in her life. Exactly.
Because I haven't spoken with my father, my sister has been keeping me updated on what he's been up to. As I found out through her, the story my dad and SM told the rest of the family completely erases Luke's injury and the abuse charges.
Oh, wow.
It insinuates that me and Jane banned them because we got annoyed with SM and decided to take it out on my dad as well. Because most people already disliked SM, explaining what actually happened that night wasn't hard, and most of the relatives that I actually wanted at the wedding have apologized and are berating my dad as well. The people that didn't believe us, as well as those saying we overreacted, have been told they are not welcome in our home anymore.
Exactly.
Those are mostly people from my dad's generation, so I can't say I'm surprised. But the realization that they are so biased they're willing to protect a woman they hate after she hurt a child, just to make my dad happy, has reassured me that I don't need any of them in my life.
Exactly.
Stepbrother is still in denial. He refuses to believe his mother could hurt a child, even with all the evidence we have. I have to admit I understand. I love my mom too, but that doesn't mean I'd excuse his obliviousness. So he's banned too. It sucks, because we were close growing up, but I don't regret it. Besides, Jane has 3 other siblings besides Luke, the older Bill, a twin brother and a younger sister, and I'm closer to them than I ever was to him.
You know what, chap? If you have an event and someone's gonna spoil that event, then might as well not have those people, right? Why are you gonna spend money for these people to attend just to ruin the event? That doesn't make sense. So, fully support what they say. You know? Is what happens when you make something your whole personality true. Alright, let's continue.
Speaking of Jane's family, they're all furious over what happened, and have been extremely supportive of us. Jane's maternal family basically adopted Luke after she got custody of him, and have called frequently to make sure he's okay. We did manage to save some money with everybody we uninvited, and have decided to use it to help Jane's cousin. She lives in a different country, and was previously unable to come to the wedding, so we're paying for her plane ticket.
Nice.
Luke has gotten much better, and is almost completely back to being the sunny child he's always been. The split lip was shallow. It's healing slowly, but didn't require any stitches. We sat him down a few days ago, and explained that my dad and stepmonster wouldn't be around anymore. He really liked my dad, but understands that he and SM are attached at the hip. He's clearly scared of her, but we're doing our best to make him feel safe. Me and Jane have reassured him that he is family. We love him and no one will ever change that. I'm not too worried about Dad or SM trying to show up at the wedding, but we've alerted the venue and given them pictures just in case they try anything.
Oh my
Better
god.
safe than sorry. Some people brought attention to the fact that SM is a hypocrite for saying Luke isn't family. I agree, for obvious reasons. Her main excuse for pretty much everything she does is that she doesn't feel like my family welcomes her. Dad has been guilting me to take part in everything she plans by reminding us of that for as long as I can remember. The way he continues to make excuses for her without realizing this is basically a case of the pot calling the kettle black, except Luke actually is family, is what has made me accept that, while I will always love my dad, it's not healthy or safe for me and my family to be around him anymore. It hurts to know my son won't have his only remaining bio-grandfather in his life, but he has two amazing step-grandpas to make up for it.
That's true. He's such an enabler. So if you're not stopping them from doing something wrong, then you're still part of the problem. Am I right?
For now, I'm sad, but satisfied with how things have turned out. I don't like to complain about my life. It's a mess, but a beautiful one. I love my fiance, I love my kids, and I'm lucky enough to love my job. We're happy. I'm not letting anyone ruin that. To whoever was annoyed at my censorship. When posting on AITA didn't work out, Jane suggested I make the writing less explicit. I'm not used to Reddit yet, so I might have overdone it a little bit. I hope this is my last update on this story, but I'll keep you posted.
Yes. You know, it's like... Oh, I need to burp. Okay, I'm back, but I forgot what I was thinking earlier. I forgot what I was thinking. Bruh. My thoughts went with the burp. Okay? It was like burp, the thoughts went out. Memory of a goldfish? How good is their memory? I need to know. Oh, it was about being an enabler. Yeah. You know, it's like, for example, they are a couple, right? Good save, Zap. Good save, by the way. So, they are a couple, right? So, if the wife makes a mistake, I don't expect the guy to completely turn their back on them, you know, like, oh, you made a mistake, I'm turning my back on you. However, you should know what is wrong and what is right. And if the other person is not even taking accountability for what they did wrong, then you being there, supporting them and just allowing them to continue being the way they are makes you a bad person as well. Does that make sense? I'm not saying we abandon everyone around us who has made a mistake, you know? But clearly, this person has done something more than just a little mistake. It's not a little mistake, it's a big mistake. And she's refusing and actually concealing the truth. And letting other people believe that she's innocent, you know? And the dad is in on it, which is disgusting, you know? Did you burp your own thoughts? Probably. We might have heard the thought if you didn't mute the burp. That's true. My goodness. Anyway, let's see if there's any more updates to the story.
Again, thank you for all your love and support. Best wishes to all of you. Relevant comments from OOP. The only reason why I know that this is the first time she's hit him is because this was the first and last time she was with the kids unsupervised.
Oh.
Me and Jane were around every previous time she saw Luke. She didn't want my dad to babysit him, and we'd only asked him to on a few occasions before. My sister was still living with them at the time, and has assured me that Luke was never out of her sight. I know and trust my sister enough to believe her. First time or not, I will not give her a second chance. She'll never hurt either of my kids again. OOP when told to secure passwords with all vendors. We've actually had passwords with the vendors since day one. Some of the earlier ones we met actually recommended us to do it. SM did contact our planner a while back saying she had our approval to talk to our vendors.
What?
She didn't let her, and we got a bit more strict with passwords after that.
What the heck?
So is SM serving any jail time? If she attacked a child then and you guys pressed charges, I would imagine she would have to be processed and eventually serve some time for her crime. OOP, we hope so. We're setting up a date for the arraignment. Commenter. Start a file for SM. Keep any and all texts, voicemails, and attempts of her communicating. Do the same with anyone who has taken her
So
side
is this
because
like
she
the
could
comments
escalate,
of people
and you
that
may
are
need
trying
that
to give
info.
advice?
Those people are flying monkeys and she's sent them to not only plead her case, but report back to her the things you may have told them so she can continue to play her victim card.
My
You were great
God.
to have the nanny cam, but should also make sure to notify his daycare or school that she is not to be given info or access to it.
Oh,
Get cameras
yeah.
that have audio just in case she shows up at your house, and password protect all of your wedding vendors and let them know not to give her any info and to notify you if she tries. Your dad may be harmless, but she's not. OOP.
Yeah.
That second advice is something we've been pretty occupied with, actually. This past week has been mostly about the kids and collecting evidence, but I'll definitely check out the JN Mill sub. Commenter, did you say that if your father and stepmonster apologize that you will allow them at your wedding?
No,
I
no,
wasn't
no.
quite sure what you were saying.
He said they're
OOP.
gonna.
Absolutely not.
They're not gonna
My
forget.
father
That's
and
what they
SM
said.
are not welcome at the wedding, no matter the circumstances. They could offer me an island and I'd still refuse to let them come back into our lives right now. I only plan to forgive anything far off in the future, and only if they apologize sincerely. Even then, they will have no access to the kids for years after that. Knowing SM, I highly doubt she'll ever feel sorry for what she did, so we're not counting on it anyway. Update 2. I'll start off by, probably, disappointing a lot of people. We're coming to terms with the fact that it's unlikely SM will get anything more than a slap on the wrist.
Really?
Me and Jane are discussing our next move with our lawyer, but
Why?
we're still not sure how we're going to move forward.
Why?
It's too early to tell anyway, so we're trying not to get ahead of ourselves any more than we already have. However, I'm relieved to announce that we're getting started on the process for a restraining order against SM. We're
Okay.
using the same evidence we gathered the week following the incident, including the nanny cam footage and pictures of Luke, and we'll focus on that for the time being. I still haven't spoken to my father.
Wow.
My sister is still in LC, but is seriously considering cutting ties with him. Because my sister is the only one on my side that still talks to him, my father keeps trying to ask her about me, and whether I've calmed down yet. According to her, he's annoyed that half of his family refuses to talk to him, but still doesn't seem to accept why. I told my sister that she doesn't need to keep playing messenger pigeon between me and our father. I never asked her to do it, and it's clearly taking a toll on her, but she insists she'll stop when it feels right.
Wow. They make the cutest cakes. I know, right? I've actually seen a lot of different cakes from this channel, from watching and listening to these stories, these Reddit stories. No clear evidence of hitting. Oh, yeah. Because it was off the camera. You're right. She's a bad stepmother. Bad SM. Oh, dear God, Zap. The priority. All right, let's move on.
By the way, there's absolutely no doubt whether SM attacked Luke. Not only did Luke say at the moment we got home, but that was also confirmed by my father in a failed attempt to defend her behavior.
Oh my
He
God.
never tried to hide it from us. That, and the fact that he gave Luke an ice bag, is literally the only positive thing I can say about his actions. And SM was too busy screaming about how much of a whining brat Luke was being to deny it.
What the
To those who
heck?
guessed SM is younger than my dad, you get an invisible cookie. She's also 5 years younger than his previous girlfriend. They got together when I was around 15. Also, my stepbrother is only a month older than me. She turns 50 later this year, had him at 21, married his father a year later. Both our kids are doing mostly okay. Luke's back to running around the house in his Superman costume whenever he doesn't have anything better to do. He did have a few nightmares this past week, and is asked to sleep on our bed twice.
Oh my God,
We don't mention
having
my father
nightmares
around
now.
him, and he's still seeing his counselor. Our 14-month-old son has learned 2 new words, hi and bye, and Luke is trying to teach him to say his name. Jane's sister, who moved away for college, is coming over for a couple days to celebrate her 21st birthday later this month. Luke's excited to see her, and Jane's excited to get drunk with her. Can't say I blame her. We're hoping her presence will cheer us all up. I'm not doing so good, and neither is Jane. She's usually the kind of person who tries to keep her negative emotions to herself, but she cried herself to sleep almost every night the week it happened. It breaks my heart to see her like that, and I can't help but feel like this is my fault. There's a part of me trying to tell myself I had no way of knowing SM would do anything like that, but that doesn't really change anything. I allowed my father near my kids unsupervised, even though I knew she'd probably tag along. This is the guiltiest I've ever felt, and I don't think I'll ever forgive myself.
It's not their
Jane
fault,
has
though.
been improving lately, and is trying to
But you know
convince me
what?
to see a
Sometimes you
therapist.
gotta trust your guts.
I've never
chat.
really done that before.
Trust your guts. I don't know, like, I'm a little bit of a, I guess you could say sometimes I'm a little bit of a paranoid type of person. But if I'm not 100% comfortable, I'm not 100% sure, then I just wouldn't assume that's my personality, you know. So if I wasn't sure that they'd actually do a good job of looking after, I'd probably not pick them to look after my children. Not that I want children, chat. You know me. I have an issue with children and their noise and, you know. Anyway, let's not the point of the story. Let's move on. Oh, chat! I forgot to give you an update. My art mama will start drawing the new outfit. I don't know how long it will take. But the new outfits and some new toggles will be drawn. Yes. Children are annoying. Smoke, you can relate. More than bullshit. What do you mean? I'm not noisy. Who says I'm noisy? Who says I'm noisy? Who said it? Huh? I'm not noisy, okay? I'm watching you.
Apart from a psychiatrist when I was younger, but now feels like a good time to give it a try. I was surprised by a few messages this week from people telling me to forgive my father and SM, as well as re-invite them to the wedding.
What?
That's not happening.
No.
In fact, I'm not willing to ever forgive SM. My dad has now degraded to a huge maybe, but I will never understand or forget what she did. Also, though the wedding is the last thing on our minds right now, we're not postponing it. We considered rescheduling, but the date we'd settled on is pretty much the only one that works for our guests. We have passwords with all our vendors, and gave them all clear instructions not to talk to anyone but us. Jane's family is bigger and closer to each other, which is why they're more involved in the wedding
don't
than mine.
make any noise.
But I do have family participating. My sister
filters
is one
are
of the
blocking
bridesmaids.
me?
2 of my cousins are...
What do you mean? I have filters? What do you mean? Who needs kids when you got Bosu, huh? I'm not a kid. I'm not a kid. Why are you? I'm a grandma, remember? Don't forget. Give respect to your grandma.
Are groomsmen, and my mom is walking down the aisle with the wedding party. Going through all of this with Jane has made me understand even more just how much I love this woman. I couldn't ask for a better partner to start a family with, and I have no idea what I'd do without her. This didn't tear us apart, and I couldn't be more thankful. I probably won't make any more updates until after the wedding, unless something big happens. In the meantime, as always, best wishes to all of you. Update 3. I didn't plan on updating again before the wedding, but something pretty huge happened. The good news is we got the RO. The bad news is me and Jane had to see both SM and my father at the court hearing. This was our first time seeing them since we kicked them out of our house over a month ago, and neither of us were looking forward to it. We left the kids with Jane's brother and Sil, so at least Luke didn't have to see them. The hearing itself went a lot quicker than I expected. I'll give credit where it's due. My father was, at the very least, smart enough to understand there was no way they were winning this. There was a lot of evidence against them. Not only did we have the nanny cam footage and Luke's pictures and medical record, but my sister had also gathered every text and email SM had sent her and the family about what happened. And SM hates speaking on the phone, so there were a lot of those. They didn't even bother to get an attorney for the hearing. The judge granted us a protection order against SM. She's not allowed within 500 feet of us or our property anymore. We're changing all our locks this week, and I'm thinking about changing my phone number as well.
Oh.
I have to admit, the moment we left the courthouse was the safest I'd felt since this whole ordeal started. Jane was close to tearing up with joy when we got to the car. We picked up the kids and went to McDonald's with Bill and his family to celebrate. Hours later, my father called me. The order doesn't extend to him, so he can still do that. Jane and the kids were in bed, so I answered. I didn't expect him to change his mind and apologize all of a sudden, but decided to give him one last chance. He tried to start some awkward small talk, but I told him to get to the point. He asked me if the order was truly necessary. I stated, very clearly, that SM was never coming near Jane or my children again, and that I was glad I had an RO to formalize that. Every excuse he had for SM was pretty easy to shut down, but she only hit him once. Yes,
What?
and that's enough for me. The kids need their
But she only hit him once. Well, more than enough times. More than enough times. More than enough times. No. His dad is also crazy. My God. I don't even know what to say. But the filters don't agree with the statement of not being noisy. What filter? I have no filter. No, I have a slight filter right now, so the filters are happy with my voice. That's gonna be wild. Only it's gonna be traumatic. Exactly. That's what kids says now these days. Wait, what do you mean? How streaming in a nursing home? I'm not streaming from a nursing home, you know? The heck? Belated happy Mother's Day, Grandma. Actually, I'm not a mother. I'm just a grandma. I don't even know how I got a grandchild. But does that even matter in anime logic? One day I just had a grandson, but I have no children. So just try to understand that. So old, she forgot.
grandma. She's not their grandma, Mom is. She's my wife. You need to respect her. She attacked Luke. She disrespected my family in my own house. I don't owe her anything, least of all my respect. He then went on a rant about family, how much of a godsend SM was and everything she'd done for me and my sister since she came into our lives. I replied by listing every time I could remember about her lying, overstepping a boundary or acting unhinged around me, my family or my sister. I brought up both my adult life and my youth. Examples included her attempts to hijack most of our milestones. Recently, our wedding plans, our son's birth, Jane's baby shower and my sister's college graduation. Her obsession with the idea of a perfect family, and her disgusting attitude towards Luke. I also made sure to mention her habits of going through mine and my sister's stuff when we were younger.
Oh.
It's trivial, compared to everything else, but this behavior went on until my sister moved out of their house, only 3 months ago. We're pretty sure she found out about Jane's wedding dress appointments by reading my sister's planner while she wasn't home, for instance.
Oh, wow.
Some of the memories I mentioned are long and hard to explain, but they did cement the fact that SM means nothing to me. He tried to go with the whole, she doesn't feel included excuse again, but I shut him up. I said he'd had the opportunity to protect his grandchildren, but had chosen his monster of a wife instead, and that's enough for me to want nothing to do with him. I hung up without saying goodbye. My sister told me he called her afterwards, and she told him she was going NC with him as well. I think we're both starting to accept our father won't change. It sucks,
wow.
but
What
he's
did
made
she
his
feed
priorities
him,
clear,
though?
and his children and
Why is he
grandkids aren't
so
among them.
head over
For
heels
now,
for this?
that's it.
This
Now that they're fresh in my
woman.
mind, I'm thinking about sharing some of the stories I reminded my father of, but that's going to take a while. Until then, as always, best wishes to all of you.
My
Relevant comment.
goodness.
Commenter, but she only hit him once would have ended the phone call for me.
Well,
OOP,
the dad
I
is
almost
the
hung
A.
up on him when he said that. The only reason I didn't was because I knew I wasn't going to talk to him again anytime
The
soon,
dad
and I still
and the
had a lot to
SM.
say. Commenter, I am curious how your stepbrother is handling all of this. Like, the RO is something you can't just push away. A judge stated that what his mother did was so terrible she needed to stay away from those children. It just feels like something you can't stick your head in the sand and claim that you could never believe that your mother could hurt someone like that. OOP, I haven't spoken to him since days before the RO, and he hasn't tried to contact me or my sister. He was still in denial last time we talked, but seemed a bit doubtful. TBH, I think he's the only one who isn't a complete lost cause and still has a slight chance of coming around. He's still banned, but I might be willing to talk to him about this whole thing. Commenter. Holy hell. If you are comfortable sharing, I know many of us would want to hear those hijacking stories.
What the
Hope
heck?
the kids don't have
We
too
got
terribly long
nosy
an impact on their life
commenters.
from this, especially the
it's like
preschooler. OOP.
reading our
Luke hasn't
minds.
mentioned her in a while. I don't doubt he was
Yes,
affected by
totally.
this, but I think he understands everything is okay now.
We're not being
Our
nosy.
baby is barely a year old. And if
Well,
it's up
why
to
would
me,
you start
he
the
won't even know
story
she
and not
exists
finish
until
it?
he's grown. I'll definitely share some of the stories as soon as I can bring myself to write
I'm
them
sure
down.
you wanted to say
Commenter.
it.
It's crazy how the court gave your
I'm
dad a
alright,
chance not to
yeah.
give him the protection order and you gave him a chance to explain on the phone and he still managed to screw up. You guys gave so many chances and your dad fails to see that SM is a bad person. Your dad doesn't seem like he's going to change, and until he does, somehow stop giving him more chances. OP, that was his last chance, and he blew it. If he ever comes around, and that's a big if, it'll still take me a long time to allow him back into our lives.
Yeah.
Update 4. After being engaged for over 2 years, me and Jane finally got married last Saturday.
Yeah, they
We're
got
still
married.
getting used to calling each other husband and wife, but we'll get there. Hopefully. The wedding was awesome. The kids had fun, our extended families finally met, and we danced so much I could barely stand the next day. Luke took his ring bearer duties seriously, and held my son's hand as they walked down the aisle. Besides my aunt getting
Aww.
shit-faced and being let out on a wheelchair, which I already thought would happen anyway, everything went according to plan. It's been 4 months since we got the RO against SM. Things have been mostly quiet, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Except completely quiet, but we can't always get what we want. I never really worried about SM showing up at the wedding, especially after the RO. It's literally illegal for her to come close to us, and we made it very clear that if she tried, we'd call the cops right away. My friends still warned me to take safety measures, most of which I did. SM didn't show up, of course, but I'm a strong believer that any money spent on security is well spent, so no regrets on that end.
Good.
My stepbrother and I wished each other happy birthdays, and he also texted Jane on hers back in June. That's the only contact we've had during these months. He knows that the door is still open if he wants to apologize. My dad has given up on trying to reach me. We haven't spoken since April. He's still trying to talk to my sister, for some reason, but she's ignoring him. A few days after she went NC with him, they had a huge fight over the phone about SM's treatment of us over the years.
The heck?
Insults were thrown, sore subjects were brought up, and, most importantly, my father took SM's side on almost everything.
Wow.
My sister called me crying
I'm
afterwards.
surprised it's not
I
everything
wanted
and
to
only
call him and
almost.
yell at him, but she told me not to. She's doing okay now. She hasn't blocked
She fed him
but
something.
doesn't take his calls
I don't
or
know what
answer
it
his
is.
texts. She's only gotten 3. A weak apology, one on my birthday back in May, and a long rant after neither of us wished him a happy Father's Day. After all, despite our differences, he's still our father. He's not wrong. I love my father, and I always will, but I can't be around him anymore. While I've closed that door, I'm not locking it just yet. He knows what he needs to do if he wants his family back. I don't think he'll do it, but if there's the slightest chance he might, I'll consider opening the door an inch or two. This is my wife's suggestion. I'm a lot less optimistic than she is, but maybe it's important to hold on to that hope. She hasn't forgiven him though. Or SM, Jane has always been very protective of Luke, so it was no surprise that this disaster shook her. A part of me was scared she'd blame me, but she called me a dumbass when I told her that.
Oh.
I've been in therapy for a few months, and it's helped a lot more than I thought it would. I've realized
What
SM's
foil?
behavior around me growing up was a lot worse than I always thought, and it's great to
This what?
finally be able to get my feelings off my chest. Right now, I'm more than happy. I just married the most amazing woman ever, and I have the family I always dreamed of. None of us are perfect, but I never thought life would be this great to me. I'll stick around. Reddit is a lot more than I expected, but I can sleep peacefully now, so it's safe to say this will be my last update on this. Thank you all for the kindness and advice you gave me these months. I could have never expected the support I got from you guys, and I can't begin to describe how
What you
helpful it
mean?
was. Seriously, thank you all. Edit 3 days later. Okay, I updated too soon. I didn't want to write another post, so I'll just add this here. My stepbrother called me earlier today.
Stop.
Apparently,
It just keeps on getting longer. Yo! Really nice manatee! Thank you so much for 8 months! Thank you, thank you! Thank you, thank you, thank you! Let's see.
He and SM had a fight and he wants to meet up. I agreed as long as it was just the two of us. We're meeting up for coffee on Wednesday.
It's supposed to
I
be
have
for
no
trolling
idea
chat
what
with
to
Foil
expect,
ASMR.
but-
Wait, what do you mean? This one? Why? Is it bad? Does it sound bad? It's the wrapper for the chocolate. Yo! What the man? Why is there a ball here? The heck? He's lovely. Why do you why do you look grim? It's the wrapper for my chocolate. I've never had people complain of my wrapper sound, the foil wrapper sound. I'm doing good at them. Thank you so much.
Even if he does apologize, I need to know he understands how and why he let us down. New update. Hey guys. I've been away from Reddit for a few months, due to some stuff at work. But a lot of people have been messaging me about my stepbrother, so I want to give you a small update. I've been busy and tired these days, so I might gloss over some details. Feel free to ask me anything. I first met my stepbrother for coffee back in August.
Wow, this is so
He'd had a
many
fight with SM and
stories
the
in
RO
one
was
go.
brought up. She'd lied to him about some details, accusing Luke of picking on my baby, badmouthing Jane and more, but this time, he managed to force her to tell him the truth. My stepbrother started to reevaluate his relationship with his mother. After talking to his therapist and his friends about it, as well as the way she'd raised him, he finally accepted I wasn't exaggerating about what she did to Luke. He wanted to talk to me back in June, but didn't want to distract me and Jane from the wedding. Me and my stepbrother spent the last 4 months working on rebuilding our relationship. We've been meeting for coffee or lunch and discussing his mother and what she did to our lives and my kids.
Oh my.
Jane started joining us in October, and the kids saw him again for the first time 2 weeks ago. Things were awkward between us for a while, but we're good now. He's also making amends with my sister. In early November, he completely cut contact with SM. Jane and the kids are doing amazing.
Really?
Luke turned 5 in September, and our baby will...
Hold up. What is this ball result? What you mean? How could you, chat? I'm just trying to eat my chocolate. How could you? Is a Neko not allowed to eat chocolate nowadays? You guys are evil. Yo, kitty, give me back my hair. Give me back my hair. Sound like they went on a date. Wait, I need to go back a little bit.
also making amends with my sister. In early November, he completely cut contact with SM. Jane and the kids are doing amazing. Luke turned 5 in September, and our baby will be 2. Holy crap.
I
In
knew it
early
was a wig
February,
from the start.
we're
What?
spending the holidays with Jane's family in Brazil, while my stepbrother stays with his girlfriend.
No, no,
Things
no,
are
no.
great, that's all.
It's an illusion.
I'm signing off for now. I'll let you know if anything happens. Happy holidays, everyone. Best
Obviously, it's an illusion, chat. My hair never goes away, including my cat ears. I can't even remove them. But it's an illusion to make you think that I actually lose my hair. Duh, I thought you guys were old enough to understand that. It's an illusion. Could have done better. It's just a bald cap. What hair, Doko? This hair. Oh my god. That's a cute hair too. Alright. Wait.
My parents humiliated me at...
This is going to be our next story and the last one that we're gonna listen to. So you are actually bald and your hair and cat ears are the illusion. Gotcha. No! It's the other way around. The bald is the illusion. I always have hair and cat ears, although my human ears are fake. But you didn't need to know that. But okay, whatever. Whatever. You said it, not me. You misunderstood it. It was the other way around. Chop. This piece of chocolate is a little big. But it's like this square needs to be eaten. All of it. It's just weird. It's weird if it's not eaten, all of it. It was a disguise all along. The bald one was a disguise. Duh. Alright, let's start the third story.
My parents humiliated me at my sister's graduation. They joked that I was a mistake compared to my perfect sister. So I shocked them by this.
Ooh,
At my
shock
sister's
what?
graduation, I felt absolutely ashamed of my own parents.
Mm-hmm.
They denigrated me in front of everyone, even our closest friends and relatives.
Wow.
This was supposed to be only about Elena, my older sister. She was
What if both are real? Whoa, Birdwood, congratulations on 50 stream streak. You're not a fan of cats because having 9 lives is unfair? Aww. But you called me your Oshi. What you gonna do about that, Adam?
excited to start her new path because she had recently graduated from college and secured an amazing job.
Mm-hmm.
When my parents stood up to speak in her honor, I expected them to make appropriate remarks. She has worked hard to reach this milestone and deserves every bit of credit. I was not surprised when, during their address, they included Elena as one of the greatest blessings. I was old enough by then to recognize that my parents adored Elena more than they loved me. She had always been the more gifted daughter, and my parents would constantly compare me to her. Then my parents began to joke in their speech about how they should have stopped having children after Elena. They argued that second-borns are usually useless. They said that if they only had Elena in their lives, they could have spent more time and effort on her instead of me. Hearing them say such awful things
What
openly
the
and casually while I
heck?
was sitting right there stunned me. I searched the room, hoping that someone, anybody, would notice how disturbing their statements were, but all I
Thank you so much for making an exception. Adam, appreciate it. Oh my god. Power went out, but it's back now. Okay. Basically, the OP sister graduated, and on the speech, the parents are saying, "Oh, we should have stopped with the firstborn. Secondborn people are usually useless," something like that. Well, not the exact words, but kind of like it. My goodness. What immortal jellyfish? I don't even know. I'm not following, but let's continue.
only had Elena in their lives, they could have spent more time and effort on her instead of me. Hearing them say such awful things openly and casually while I was sitting right there stunned me. I searched the room, hoping that someone, anybody, would notice how disturbing their statements were, but all I saw were the faces of my relatives laughing along, as
Why
if this
they
horrible
laughing?
simile were simply light entertainment.
Oh my
Though my
god.
parents had often made me feel inferior and useless, this was the first time they had done it openly, leaving no room for me to hide from the fact. In their opinion, I simply lacked in comparison to their beautiful daughter Elena. This was
What
not an
the
isolated
heck?
incident or moment of poor judgment. It reinforced what I had long suspected. I was considered a distant afterglow, whereas my older sister would always be the daughter they adored. Growing up as the second child, I became accustomed to our household's implied preference. It constantly crept into their speech, conduct, and routines. My parents frequently forgot to wish me a happy birthday, and on more than one occasion, they were on business travels, leaving me alone. They would never miss Elena's moment. Every year, without fail, both of my parents would be there, planning a spectacular event and ensuring Mom felt honored. Seeing how they showered her with love on her special day taught me early on to manage my expectations and accept that my birthday was not that important to them. As an
My
opinionated
goodness.
youngster, my parents regularly informed me that I was disruptive or unpleasant just because of who I was. I was labeled problematic because I did not fit the quiet, restrained mold they appeared to like, and I was punished for something as simple as being too chatty or honest in expressing my interests. Elena's calm temperament and
Oh, okay.
introverted
Understood. You can't be too chatty. No, just kidding. You can't be too chatty. Oh my god. Okay, again.
because I did not fit the quiet, restrained mold they appeared to like, and I was punished for something as simple as being too chatty or honest in expressing my interests. Elena's calm temperament and introverted tendencies, on the other hand, were constantly lauded. In our family, she was regarded as the ideal daughter, as she was
Ooh.
mature and polite. She was thus the one who was displayed and paraded in front of everyone. Over the years, I was the one who received the most criticism. I tried for a while to suit the picture my parents seemed to want. I put in the effort, believing that if I acted better, accomplished more, or followed their plan, they would eventually see me differently. But as I grew older, it became clear that I couldn't simply shape myself into Elena's clone. We were two separate people. I tried so hard, but I couldn't be her. I eventually gave up and attempted to adjust to their constant adulation of her. The way they would brag about her accomplishments to anybody who would listen while dismissing everything I had ever done still hurt terribly. All of those occurrences, as devastating as they were, had at least remained within our household. I was amazed at how casually they exposed everything at the graduation ceremony. All of those incidents, as traumatic as they were, had at least remained within the family. I was astonished by how casually my parents disgraced me during their speech at Elena's graduation.
Yeah, that's not
My
really
parents had never
right.
embarrassed me in front of others, so they had never shown the rest of the extended family how little respect they had for me. What hurt me even more was that no one in my entire family showed displeasure or told my parents how inappropriate this was.
Yeah.
Nobody even glanced sympathetically at me after my parents cracked those jokes at my expense. My parents continued to laud Elena, and their tones conveyed a sense of pride that I had never seen directed at me. Then they brazenly announced that they had bought her a graduation present, a brand new automobile, which she had always wanted to buy.
Oh.
With everyone's attention on Elena, who hugged my parents with love and gratitude, the room erupted in applause, laughter, and clapping. The three of them were really content. I felt like an outsider in my own family. The funny thing is that I've never been envious of Elena. We'd always gotten along well enough, and I believe she deserved whatever good fortune came along. But that speech broke me. The truth is that after that awful speech, I addressed my parents. For years, I had silently endured their favoritism, scorn, and unpleasant
Those
words.
things are usually
I took
projection,
it
you
all
think?
in and convinced myself that if I just tried to be strong and calm instead of irritated, things would get better. But that evening, after the speech and their joke in front of everyone, I had reached a breaking point. I was tired of taking everything in and pretending that their comments didn't sting anymore. I thus resolved that I could no longer remain silent. I mustered the courage to speak up, hoping that my parents would see how deeply their acts had hurt me. I wanted them to at least show that they cared enough to listen to me. I wanted them to recognize the misery they had caused over the years and accept the embarrassment I felt at the moment.
Yeah.
If I told them how I felt, I figured they'd regret what they said, or at least feel awful about making me appear so little. When I eventually confronted them, I received a cold, scornful response. They paid little attention to my words. Rather than offering sorrow or an apology, they told me I was exaggerating, as if years of being ignored and denigrated could be so easily dismissed. They acted as if I had no right to be furious with them, or as if my feelings did not matter. My father went so far as to remark that he had nothing to be proud of when it came to me, and that I should not hold it against them if they were disappointed with who I was. I recall how casually he stated it, as if my presence did not matter to him. My mother, on the other hand, told me to stop overreacting and pointed out that I was being overly needy by being upset over something so insignificant. It felt as if my parents were saying I hadn't earned the basic respect of being their child because I hadn't done enough, that I was somehow less deserving of their pride or care than Elena simply because I wasn't her. The matter even resurfaced to Elena, who defended my parents and obviously demanded that I be less harsh with them. She said something that truly hit home and I'll never forget. I shouldn't have been so outraged by their graduation speech because it was merely a harmless jest. Elena assured me that if I had studied and worked hard like she did, I could make them proud as well. Among all the words, those that struck the most deeply. It was dreadful to learn I hadn't worked hard enough to earn their respect. She made it sound so simple, as if all the years of effort I had put in were invisible to her, as if my difficulties and attempts to get a job had no bearing. As the older sister, I expected her to protect me in some way, but she didn't. That seemed like betrayal coming from her. Looking back, that conversation turned things around. I realized then that I had left my family behind. Done trying to win their approval, done clarifying for them, and done hoping for something that would never come, love or affirmation. I put all of my work into making something for myself. Starting that day, I immersed myself in my studies, focusing on the things I could influence and create my destiny. 2 years later, all of my hard work paid off when I was accepted on a full scholarship to my dream institution. This was a personal accomplishment for me. This was entirely my own accomplishment, the result of my dedication, determination, and refusal to let my family's neglect define me. After achieving that goal, it appeared, for the first time, that I had done something quite personal. When I gave my parents the news, they were almost as astonished as if they had never expected me to attend college in the first place, never alone on a scholarship. Elena scrutinized my admission letter twice, as if she didn't believe I was capable of doing things on my own.
What?
Clearly, they had all underestimated me, and watching their surprise made me slightly thrilled.
Ooh.
I simply shook my head at her remark, but my mother then turned my mood sour by saying that it was a good thing I had received a full scholarship because they hadn't set aside any college funds for me anyhow.
What the heck?
My parents had no issue paying Elena's tuition, despite their lack of foresight in saving for me. When it was time to move out, I simply packed my belongings and left the house for my college apartment. That day, I made a determined decision to cut off all contact with Elena and my parents. I felt no need to explain my intentions. They had consistently demonstrated, after all, that my feelings, opinions, and values had little influence on them. Why should I exhaust myself trying to explain something they had shown unable to acknowledge?
Exactly.
Since they hadn't even provided an apology that might restore the years of neglect and agony they had caused me, I recognized that arguing with them was pointless. My family contacted me frequently over the next few weeks and months, sending emails and messages in the vague hope that they had reconsidered their actions and had reached out to make amends. I initially felt compelled to open them. However, each message served as a sour reminder of who they were. Their communications were filled with attempts to mislead me into believing I was the one acting erratically.
Oh
Instead
my
of
God.
accepting responsibility for the years of mental pain they had caused, they believed I had overreacted, dismissing my decision to end relationships as immature and impulsive. Their statements consistently returned to the underlying truth. I was the one dissolving the family, so I was wrong to cut them off. I never bothered to respond to any of them. So far,
Oh my
college
God.
experience has been quite positive. I've been able to devote my full attention to my studies, hobbies, and, most importantly, connections with people who love and see me for who I am. Working part-time at a neighboring diner has helped me save for the future. Meeting new people in the diner and talking about their life is interesting. I've cut off contact with my family and immersed myself in my studies, social life, and everything my new surroundings have to offer. By filling my days with important events, I haven't missed them or wondered about how they are doing
She's
once.
just keeping herself
Yesterday,
busy.
I received an unexpected email from my parents. I found it shocking. They stopped writing to me long ago because I had never answered any of their previous communications. My parents encouraged me in this email to contact them soon away since they had some bad news to tell me. Still, I felt my chest tighten. Despite everything, years of hurt and rejection could not erase the constant feeling that something terrible had occurred.
Yeah.
My heart started racing, and all I could think about was the possibility that a family member had been seriously ill or, worse, perished.
Yeah.
Despite my resolution to keep them at a distance, fear crept in, my heart hammering as I braced myself for whatever news they were about to bring. I grabbed my phone, unblocked them, and called them immediately back. Elena, who was going through a difficult personal situation, was troubled by the news my parents wanted to share with me. They stated that she had been dealing with drug addiction, which had severely impacted her life. They said that her addiction had gotten so bad that she had lost her job, spent her savings, and was now left with no resources or options.
Wait.
I had no idea Elena was going through anything like this, so the news completely surprised me. She has always been my dependable, high-achieving sibling. However, that same sister became addicted to drugs. I found it tough to believe. Elena's addiction was so unbelievable in my parents' eyes that it shattered their perception of her. Their incredulity, desperation, and, most importantly, their tremendous concern about how this would affect their reputation if others found out shocked me. They hoped I'd have some answers for them as they described everything. Elena had always appeared to be grounded and responsible, so it was startling that she, of all people, had fallen victim to something as dangerous as heroin addiction. My father then asked me, in a mistrustful tone, "You didn't introduce her to drugs back then, did you?" The ramifications.
They didn't. Oh my God. The nerve to ask that question. I didn't know where this was going. I did not expect that. For real. But they are. What the heck? That is crazy. Oh my God.
Had fallen victim to something as dangerous as heroin addiction. My father then asked me, in a mistrustful tone, "You didn't introduce her to drugs back then, did you?"
Oh my God.
The ramifications surprised me. Not only was the idea completely absurd, but it was also very disgusting to think they may assume I had anything to do with Elena's troubles, much alone anything as serious as introducing her to drugs. How could I bring drugs to my older sister? I mean, I never do drugs myself. Furthermore, I hadn't spoken with Elena or the rest of my family in years due to their mistreatment of me.
Yeah.
Having been removed from their life, I had focused on carving my own path away from their toxicity.
My goodness.
In the face of their immaculate image of Elena breaking, they were quick to point fingers at someone else, and I was clearly the easiest target. I advised them to speak with Elena before making any assumptions, and I told them that they were unwise to even suspect me. Throughout our conversation, I noticed that my parents were more concerned with the shame that would befall the family if Elena's admissions were public, rather than expressing concern for her. My mother appeared fascinated with her immaculate daughter's clandestine actions. She kept talking about how unexpected it was to discover this aspect of herself and how others would respond if they ever found out. Elena and Dad
My
were
goodness.
overwhelmed and unprepared to deal with the situation, so my mother begged me to return home so I could assist them in caring for Elena. My mother
Not
implored
good.
me, I mean, what do we even do? I feel so ashamed of her, so maybe you can talk to her for us, as if this were a legitimate demand to make after years of not communicating. I can't help Elena.
Nope.
She needs
Nope.
professional help.
Yes,
I stated
exactly.
bluntly.
She's
I
professional.
emphasized that if they truly cared about her well-being and wanted to help her recover, the finest and most compassionate thing they could do was to admit her to a treatment facility where trained specialists could assist her. But my father immediately rejected the idea of sending her to rehab, nearly trembling at the thought of their family's good name being tarnished by her admission to a treatment
Oh
center.
my God.
He was obsessed with the possibility of their reputation being harmed by sending her to such a location. He claimed it would only assist to damage their reputation. The thought of people knowing that their only accomplished daughter had a sickness as serious as heroin addiction horrified him. My father chided me for even considering this option, as if openly admitting her addiction was more shameful, and as if constant surveillance would magically fix the problem.
My God.
Dad insisted that I return home, and that the three of us work together to care for Elena, putting her
Why?
under constant
Why?
observation to prevent a relapse.
Why?
He kept saying how much they wanted Elena to feel better and get back to her normal life as soon as possible.
Well, what about her normal
Their
life?
perspective was that everything would return to normal as long as no one else knew. They wanted me to take part in a charade,
No,
pretending
no.
everything was okay while keeping her issues hidden from everyone else. I got outraged and incredulous as I listened. Why were my parents so concerned with what others thought about them and their reputation? Here was an opportunity for my parents to truly stand up, to demonstrate that they could prioritize their daughter's needs over appearances and transform her life.
Mm-hmm.
My sister was plainly suffering from something serious, yet they still struggled to do the proper thing.
Mm-hmm.
These people had not altered all that much, obviously. On top of that, they were now attempting to entice me back in, urging me to maintain this family front by assisting them in caring for the sister they frequently likened me to. I claimed I needed some time to think about things. I can't just walk away. After all, I have classes and a job to consider. My parents insisted that I take at least 2 or 3 weeks off to help them because they really needed me right now.
Yeah.
About everything, I'm torn. Part of me wants to see what I can do for Elena to make sure she's okay. Another side of me is selfish, allowing my parents to manage their golden child fully on their own. I'm not sure I can be of much help because they are more concerned with saving face than with addressing the root of the problem. Even today, I wonder if I should refuse to return home and care for my drug-addicted sister. Update 1. This story didn't appear like it was going to explode. It is taking some time to look through the hundreds of comments I have received. I wanted to clear up a few things. I don't hate Elena. Actually, I want to help her and genuinely care about her. However, because I have not spoken with my family in 3 years, I have experienced a level of serenity and stability that I did not have previously. I am concerned that reconnecting with Elena may allow my parents to re-enter my life as well. I honestly do not know for sure. If you're
And also, what makes them think that she could just miraculously fix the situation without proper training? If it was that easy, to help someone out with drug addiction, then why would we need all of those specialists in the world? It's not something that she can just do with a snap of a finger.
You're wondering, Elena could have been fighting with heroin addiction for years, possibly even before my parents
For
discovered it.
years, see?
Clearly,
For years.
Elena, the golden child, was praised and kept as the ideal daughter, frequently under intense pressure to maintain that image. This form of pedestal minimizes susceptibility and failure.
Hello, unwanted offspring. Come fix your sister. We can't be bothered. It's for the family reputation. Exactly. That's the whole conversation right there. And it's just crazy. It's appalling to think that they think that's okay. Now they were asking her for help. Oh my god.
Any failure, no matter how little, could have been devastating. If Elena believed her worth was solely determined by her accomplishments and how others perceived her, drugs could have developed over time as a coping mechanism for escaping the weight of those expectations or the fear of disappointing our parents. I become even more depressed when I think about my sister, who may have been suffering silently all along without my knowledge. She should have felt comfortable being honest with me earlier, before things got to this point. I would have wanted to be there for her, to help her get through it. It just makes me feel powerless. If only I had known about this significant part of her life and could have helped her. My parents expected the best of me and my sister from an early age because they are both high achievers. Personally, I need some time to analyze everything. I will notify you if anything further develops. Update 2. After considerable internal thought and encouragement from some of the comments I read, I decided to contact Elena. She is my sister, despite everything. As a result, I believed it was critical to hear from her directly rather than basing my decisions on my parents' interpretations of events.
Exactly.
First, I texted her a short note asking if she wanted to chat. She responded some hours later, but only agreed to a phone call. When I finally spoke with her, the voice on the other end of the telephone seemed like a shadow of the sister I knew. Elena's tone was obviously weighted, softer, and more careful. She slowly revealed what she was going through. Elena stated that she had fought with addiction for several years. It began shortly after college, when she began working for her law business. She struggled to maintain that status at work by continually working harder than others to impress her supervisor in the hopes of receiving more credit or a promotion. She began to feel burned out after being the perfect, highly talented daughter for so long. Elena felt she couldn't stop, slow down, or get treatment because she had to live up to the expectations everyone had for her. When stress got unbearable, a friend recommended using recreational drugs to unwind. Before she knew it, what began as intermittent use had become into reliance. Elena also stated that she felt imprisoned for the longest time. She couldn't tell her parents she was struggling since she knew how they would react. She felt alone due to their obsessive attention to appearances and denial of anything that contradicted their narrative. She maintained the facade, acting as if everything was fine, even as she began to lose control. She couldn't hide the fact any longer, so she spiraled, lost her job, and depleted her savings. She wondered whether I was criticizing her as harshly as she was analyzing herself, and she expressed her embarrassment for even discussing this with me. It hurt my heart to hear her story. I'd never realized that the platform our parents had set her on was a prison rather than a privilege. She had been bearing the suffocating weight of being their golden child, whereas I had been dealing with the pain of being overlooked. Our parents' focus on control and favoritism had harmed each of us in different ways. There was no way I would have judged her. As a result, I expressed my regret that she had not communicated her feelings with me. My only regret is that I was not with her. Thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, please.
Sheesh. Chat. That's a crazy story. Alright, chat. I know I told you that it's just going to be a short stream today. And I remember you saying it's okay. And I thank you for understanding. But the boss has to pack her things. Also, I need to check before I wrap up the stream. Where is it? I just want to remind everybody that you get... What is this ball for? There's no a-hole thing. We don't know who they're asking. Who is the a-hole? Sister? Parents? OP? I just want to remind everybody that there's still 8 days for you guys to vote on the Sanrio ranking. Well, there's only 8 days left for you guys to vote for Gudetama on the Sanrio ranking. So please do so every single day on every single device that you own. You have 4 phones, vote on all of them. Please vote for Gudetama. I'm so worried that they're not gonna produce enough merch of Gudetama, although I don't even have a lot of Gudetama merch. But now that I have participated in the ranking, I kind of feel compelled to put more Gudetama merch on my throne and such. Unite all the lazy egg fans, phones of your loved ones, and everyone. Yes, please vote for Gudetama. Thank you so much. I really hope that Gudetama will go back to top 10. I believe his glory days were around 2015 to around 2021 when he was a part of the top 10. He's no longer part of top 10. Even in the interim results, he wasn't. Currently, it's Pom Pom Purin, my Nekus's favorite. It was at number 1, which I'm really happy for her. My second favorite, Maru Maru or Hanamaru Wabake, who shares the same birthday as I do, is currently at number 9. So I'm feeling very hopeful and happy about that. However, we still need to support Gudetama. I feel cheated because they posted. So you know when you're voting, they have images, right? Why is Gudetama's image like that anyway? Why couldn't it be a Gudetama that's laying down, you know, on her front and showing the butt at the back? That would have been cute, you know, like him being lazy or sleeping, you know. It would have been cute. Or imagine a Gudetama with like a floaty, you know, like he's in the ocean, you know, and he's just floating while sleeping or something like that. It would have been cute. Or just a Gudetama in a hammock or something, cause like they look cute like that. Do you get what I mean? Show his personality better. Exactly. Or just the Gudetama face of tiredness. You know, like it would be nice. Or he could just be sitting down, really. Sitting down and doing nothing. That would have been better. Not like that image over there. I feel cheated. That's why. Anyway. Thank you so much, Kitsune. For tier 3. Oh my god. Thank you, thank you. Thank you so much for the resub. I really appreciate it. When I was doing my research, the highest that Gudetama has achieved was around, I don't know which year, but he reached as high as number 4. So, I hope so. I hope we will get. You're my first tier 3. Oh, so let's keep it. Thank you so much, Kitsune. I really, really appreciate it. Welcome to the tier 3 gang. Zap, can you show them what is the tier 3 emote? Because actually, I forgot which one is my tier 3 emote. Which one is my tier 3 emote? I'm not sure. Which one is my tier 3 emote? Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Let's see for the Busu. Oh, the head pack! Oh, by the way, chat, the cursor will be permanently available as a coffee reward, so some of you are already using it, and I feel so happy and proud that you guys are using it. But also at the same time, if you didn't know, a coffee membership gives you a free Nekobosu wallpaper 1.0 wallpaper. A little bit yabe. I don't know. I feel like it's a little bit yabe with the pose and everything and the expression. But it's really good quality though. Feel free to use it. There's also a roleplay audio, and the first tier, which is the recruit tier, also gives you a downloadable file of my latest song cover. The second tier gives you the wallpaper version or the full version of the art used on my cover, which is absolutely amazing. I don't know if you guys have seen the rewards already, but it is there. the officer tier has the wallpaper is really cute. Sentinel has some sneak peeks in it. So the coffee members actually know my plans in the future, who I'm collabing with, what song I'm singing next. And obviously the captain tier has the shout out on the music videos. I'm also gonna be doing the fan sign for them. Hopefully soon. Hopefully soon. But yeah. It is what it is. Been loving the cursor. Some games even incorporate it. Let's go! Fun fact, on the Gudetama short, Bosu have the Bosu cursor can be seen there. Exactly. Captain Sup. Exactly, Adam. You always have a shout out on my music videos, and I hope you guys are enjoying seeing your name there. And I really wanna thank you guys, because the things, the support on my memberships and also subs and everything else help me with providing more content in the future. I hate that I can't use my own cursor in FF14. Why not? But yes, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Earlier today, I just used most of the Donathon money to pay my VTuber mama to draw the new outfit and the new toggles for the upcoming outfit. I don't know when it's gonna come out. Probably later this year or early next year. I don't know yet. But also we need to work on the small Bosu third outfit as well. The small Bosu third outfit is also important, as you guys know. We don't know, but I think I'm gonna it's gonna be good. I think it's gonna look cute on the small Bosu as well. But just to give you guys a bit of an idea, like I said, the third outfit would be more like casual type of outfit. Say I'm going out shopping, on a date with my Nya commanders. Let's go. It's probably something that is appropriate for that, or it's mostly casual, maybe smart casual, I guess you can say. And very, very cute. Very, very cute. Casual outfit gonna be so cool. Yes, and I'm hoping new hairstyle that you guys can what you call this, appreciate. A new hairstyle. Sorry, but you're cuffed. Okay, no problem, no problem. It's not a big deal. But yeah, like I was saying, it's gonna be a what you call this? Casual outfit. Cute side. Okay, the outfit will be on the cute side. It's not gonna be like this outfit. What do you call this outfit? More like cool cyberpunk, isn't it? The other one will be like more cutesy casual. Is it gonna keep the same color palette? Hmm. You will understand once you see it, because obviously my hair won't change. It's still gonna have pink, it's still gonna have purple. But it's gonna be a little bit different, but also the same. Does that make sense? Cute side from Chio? No way. Why are you so surprised? Why are you even so surprised? I hope you guys like it though. It's gonna kinda stick to the same palette, but not really, if that makes sense. It doesn't make sense until I show you guys. But obviously, it's gonna be the same model base, same hair color, and everything. Yeah, it does. Because of the way the outfit is. You will understand more because this is more of a cool outfit, right? Cool cyberpunk outfit. That one will be cutesy outfit. So it's gonna be a little bit different. It's gonna give off a different vibe. Yeah, it's gonna give you a different vibe. Oh dear God, smoke. Always cute, yes. And I will still have a pink hair version. As far as I remember, wait, I actually need to double check that if I put that in my document. I'm not sure if I put it there, but I think it's still gonna have the pink hair because we designed the outfit to match with both my pink hair and the dark blue hair. You're just a man of culture. Don't blame me. I don't blame you. I do not blame you. I completely understand. Which was a struggle actually, chat. I just realized that it's a struggle to pick an outfit that matches both this pink hair and my dark blue hair. And I was like, wow. Pink Chio is a must. Yes. Fun fact, this pink hair toggle wasn't supposed to be a pink hair toggle. It was supposed to be an ice blue hair toggle because that's the hair color that I originally wanted to go with, which is like Pecora light blue, you know? Pecora ice blue hair. That's what I originally wanted to go for. But when we made the outfit, when the outfit was fully done, that color just didn't match the outfit. So we had to go for a different color. And I was like, oh, pink! Because pink is my favorite. And then it was actually also kind of difficult to decide on how the pink hair color is going to be. Like, I had to ask my VTuber mama to actually style and color my hair and give me options. And we came up with this color, which I actually really like, bubblegum pink. It's so bright, but also it's so fun. Right? Right, chat? What do you guys think? I like it. I like how it looks like in the end. But yes, hairdresser too, of course. Okay, so if you didn't know, there's like a few things. Okay, let me go into here so that you guys can see it. Okay, a few things about my model is the fact that I have face makeup. And it looks really cute. I said I wanted like a blush and some lip color, but not too loud. The eyeshadow bit was more of my VTuber mama giving me eyeshadow. I don't mind it because it's pink and it's cute. Okay? But if you didn't notice, apart from my makeup, right, and the hairstyling is also peaked because look at this hairstyle. It's such a cute hairstyle, chat. I'm actually happy with this hairstyle. And also, apart from that, my VTuber mama gave me some skin glitter. So look at the skin glitter on the booba. It's there. It exists. I actually have body glitter. So that's a thing. I have body glitter on the booba with the mole, obviously. On the navel or the belly button, I have skin glitter, and on my thighs I have skin glitter, body glitter on the thighs. Watching respectfully. See? So those are the details that I asked. And also, I got my nails done. I got my nails done which I'm gonna keep. The big glitter. It's not a tick. It's not a tick. But yeah. I'm gonna ask. So the vibe will be so different from this though, chat. The vibe of the new outfit will be so different, which is what I wanted, because my 1.0 was a skirt. However, it was more like also on the cool side of things, right? It's like kind of tech wear, and then this one is a cyberpunk-ish outfit, and then the next one will be more of a soft, cute, casual outfit. And honestly, sometimes I struggle describing my model. I would say, oh, it looks cool but also cute and all of that. That one is cute and soft looking. If that makes sense. But yeah, that's it. Anyway, I hope that you will look forward to it. I know it's a long way because they will just start drawing it, so it might take a couple of months, and then after that I have to wait for my slot for Wee Wee to rig the outfit with the new toggles. And I'm excited to show it to you guys, but even while waiting, we will still have events, and I hope you're not getting tired of this version, because I'm not gonna retire this version. So sometimes I'm gonna be using this outfit, and then other times I'm gonna be using that outfit, if that makes sense. I'm not gonna actually retire, but on the first few weeks or months, I'll probably consistently use the next out. But I don't want to retire this one. This model is incredibly good. Looking forward to the casual look. Yeah, exactly. And the best part is my VTuber mama is so sweet. It's so sweet, very understanding and very talented. And I actually didn't expect it to be this good. Like when I saw the sketch, I was like, wow. I was there for the debut of this model. That's my follow day. So great model. Thank you so much for being there, waiting patiently. Yes, I know it's gonna be a long process, but I do have my Indonesian cover coming up soon, and then I will also have something special planned for my birthday. There's gonna be a special thing happening on my birthday. It's also gonna be my Throne-a-thon, which is well, I'm just gonna put some random stuff on Throne so you guys can give me gifts if you wish to. No pressure if you don't want to, but that's what's happening. And then on September we will start the partner plus push, or the affiliate plus push, because I only have it for 1 year and we need to renew it every year. Hope you never retire the look. Never forget. I don't think so. I really like this model. So I have some VTuber friends that are actually asking me if I'm gonna ask a different model artist for my next outfit, and I was like, no, it's gonna be the same. It's just gonna be a new outfit on the same model, if that makes sense. Show the Nekobosu. So love chat. Wait, what do you want? Oh, some love. Show the Nekobosu some love. Yes. Show the Nekobosu some love. Also, before I end, thank you so much for supporting me on my offline content. I can see improvements on the views and everything. I really appreciate you guys, and I will continue to work hard. In fact, I'm about to commission again Dion, I don't know, for more clips to be edited. And tonight I will have to edit a few karaoke clips for the next few days. But yeah, put some aspirin on Throne. I need some. What? Why do you want some aspirin? You do need better gloves though. I need better glove. Oh yeah, for the unboxing. It doesn't matter, chat. The important part is that it's covered, right? But if I do get extra funds, which the thing is, chat, I'm not ever gonna wear gloves in my entire life. So it's like, is it even worth buying a new pair of gloves just for unboxing? But the thing is, I don't have any other boxes to unbox. So for now, there's no need for an additional gloves. And even if I had a new set of boxes to unbox, I don't feel the need to buy a new pair of gloves. I don't wear gloves in general. I have winter gloves and I don't even wear them. Hi, Duality. I'm actually ending the stream. You caught me at the end of my stream, but thank you so much for dropping by and congratulations on your 5 stream streak. Real live gacha is fun though. Let's stick to it for now. Pro unboxing gloves. It's good though, you know, like on the palm side, it's a good fit on the palm side. It's the fingers. I don't know. Do I have short fingers? I don't feel like I have short fingers. But hi Rosie. Hello. Chat, please check out my sister Rosie. She will be debuting her summer outfit soon, sometime in June or something. I'm not sure if did I just make that up? Did I just put pressure on you to release your summer outfit on June? I didn't, chat. I'm correct. It's June. See, I'm a real Rosie fan. Yes, please, please, please give her a follow and support her, chat. You won't regret it. She's got a really lovely, very, how do I even explain her voice? It's very soothing, feminine, and lovely. That's how I would describe it. So you can just keep on lurking and feel energized while listening. Soothing and soft. Exactly. That's it. Soft, very feminine. I've always envied people with feminine voice. I always felt like my voice is like very when I listen to my own voice, I feel like it's not feminine. But then people would say, when I say this to other people, they say, "What are you on about? Your voice is feminine." I'm like, really? I don't feel it though. But maybe because I keep on hearing my own voice. Like, you know, when you're listening to your own voice and you don't actually appreciate your own voice, you keep on comparing it to other people because you hear it all the time. So that's like your the normal thing that you hear, if that makes sense. See, okay. I'm gonna tell you, chat. When I started VTubing, I was using obviously my normal voice, which is this voice that you're hearing right now, and I always had a complex. I was like, oh no, I don't have an anime girl voice. But I streamed like this, and then basically when I debuted my 1.0, I was still using my voice, but I would I wouldn't really call it voice acting because I feel like it's still my voice and I didn't really strain much. It's just that I was basically, for example, if I'm excited, right? Oh, basically, if I'm excited, my voice will be this high and I would stream in this voice all the time, if you get what I mean. So I had like a more kawaii, I guess you can say, tone because it'll always be like this all the time for the whole duration of the stream, and then I got tired, so I was like, you know what, chat, I'm tired of that voice. I'm going back. I'm going back to this voice. Because I felt the pressure back then. I felt the pressure of wanting to sound, like I said, I had this complex. I felt like my voice wasn't girly enough, or wasn't didn't match my model. That's how I felt. So I was like, oh, I need to step up, I need to change. And I streamed like that for like a little over a year or something, or maybe a year. a year or something like that. And then I was like, you know what? I don't care anymore. I'm going back. When I became how do I say this? When I had wings and I was singing and humming, wink, wink, in a different world, wink, wink. I started using my own voice again, like my normal tone of voice, and I was like, you know what, this is better. So I was like, when I come back, because I went on leave as the Nekobosu chat. You probably don't remember this, but I was on leave for like a few months, you know. Yeah. And then I was doing something else. I was disguised. I was disguised, you know? It was a year, yeah. I do get that though. Like my pitch change is based on my mood. You love my normal voice? Thank you so much, Rosie. Wink, wink. But yeah. I was on a secret mission. I was on a disguise. Yes, I wasn't basically I joined I applied for a job, chat. That's it. Let's go. I applied for a job and I got hired. And I thought no one would notice, and then Rosie messaged me and she's like, "Did you apply for this job?" And I was like, I don't know what you're talking about." A job crazy. And I was like, wait, I don't know the rules. Did I sign an NDA or something? I wasn't even doing anything. I was just talking on the video, and Rosie was like, "Did you apply for this job?" That one made my voice too. I know, right? I don't even know, but I'm glad that I had that arc because I learned to like my normal tone of voice again. And I just thought to myself, you know what? If people don't like the normal tone of my voice, then they could just exit the stream and then they could just go and watch someone else. That's what I was thinking. But I'm just tired of it wasn't that part because it would be this tone, but the whole stream. And if I spoke this way for the whole stream, it wouldn't really cause me any strain on my voice. But after a while, I just feel like I just wanted to tone down. Like I just wanted it to be toned down. I work for them. I knew your manager. Really? Wait, what? What do you mean? My manager at the time is Junjo-kun, who actually helped me design my outfit. So Junjo-kun was the one who helped me design this outfit. If you guys remember my slides, so I was like, I need to come back as the Nekobusu. How do I do that? I'm on leave. When I go back from my leave, I need a new outfit. Because people are going to ask me, Busu, where have you been? And I'm going to tell them I bought a new outfit or something. Oh, you know June. June is really lovely. I love June. He was really helpful and he was really nice, and one of the best people that I met during that arc in my life. When I first joined your stream, I didn't really understand the games you played at the time, but it was the vibes that made me come back. Oh, thank you so much. I don't even know what games was that. But some new thighs too, it seems. You know it, Edora. Actually, Edora, it's not new. It's always been this way, you know? It's just that it was hidden. It was never shown like this. You would always tell me that I scammed you for thighs redeem because there was only one thigh on my 1.0. Is it Elden Ring? Welcome to the basement. But yeah, Gudetama energy. Yeah, and actually I had a lot of issues, right, with my 2.0 because I got scammed. yeah, I don't even know. I don't want to drag it, but I got scammed of some money. Some of them I got back, but I think more than half of the money that I paid I didn't get back, and I just stopped trying to claim it because the stress was being too much. And I can, when you think about it, like that money literally could have paid for my new outfit. At least the art part could have paid for my new outfit art. Let's just say that's the amount that I lost, and more and more. I would have extra for my toggle, for more toggles, maybe, another hairstyle or something. But I got scammed, and I can only wish that they're doing well right now. And if the things that they said are real, I just hope that they're doing well and they're not having such a hard time in life. I know he managed you and a turtle lady I was friends with. Wait, what? The turtle lady is also your friend. Wait, are you talking about Zelva? Are you talking about Zelva? Yo, I didn't know you were friends with Zelva. She's also really lovely. Zelva Mist is also really lovely. I was very shy. I've always been very shy. How do I even explain this? I've always been really shy, and I didn't know how to socialize with other people from over there. But I've met amazing people over there, like Lotus I met over there, Anora I met over there. But my regret is that because I'm too introverted chat, every time there would be like a voice chat call, I would sometimes join, but I would always be quiet. Or sometimes I just wouldn't join at all because I felt like I didn't have anything interesting to say. But I'm glad that I got to meet them, and that experience is something that I'm gonna remember. And also, some people knew me from that time. I believe Kitek and Lux knew me from that time. But yeah, art nice that too. But at the time it was some 3D game. What is it? But yeah, I am happy. I'm happy with being back as the Nekobosu. And I hope that I can stream for longer periods of time and spend more time with you all. I'm happy I met you after you came back. Oh yeah, you did, you did. Um, I just realized that the transition was like actually really long because of the scam on the model scam. I was supposed to actually debut. Oh yeah, I was actually supposed to debut end of 2023, if I'm not mistaken. I was supposed to debut my 2.0 end of 2023. But because of the scam, I was delayed for like one whole year, almost a year. Because I had to find like new artists, new rigor, everything. I'm happy I met you. I was her administrator. I'm not friends with her anymore. Oh no! But she's really cool, and how do I say, I have limited interaction with her, but she's always been really lovely and nice. I really have nothing else to say. And we used to be sisters. The artist is the same as Anora's and Zelva Mist. So yeah, anyway, let's stop reminiscing because I really need to go in 2 minutes time. Thank you so much for your time, everybody. Just a quick reminder, I do have my merch out. If you guys are interested in getting one, I would really appreciate it. I have shirts, sweaters, hoodies, joggers, jet tag, and posters. Please order order, and then here are my socials, and I will check my schedule. Okay, let me do that real quick right now. We will be watching Violet Evergarden sometime. Where is my schedule? Okay, we will be watching Violet Evergarden on. Oopsie. Oh dear God, what's happening here? It's gonna be on the 7th of June, start of June, 7th of June to 8th of June. Those 2 days. That's gonna be the stream. On 7 to 8, it will be a watch along. Bosu age. Bosu's current age. Have you ordered? Thank you for the stream. I manage Ali now. Alright, no problem. I will. Oh, just in time. Alright, thank you so much. You're leaving on the night? Let's go! Yeah, so 7-8, we will be watching and finishing Violet Evergarden. I need to actually plan that. Well done me for timing it correctly. Okay. That is pretty much it for today's stream. I'm just gonna go look for someone to raid now. Oh, let's go. I was watching the stream of this streamer earlier. She debuted her new model and she's really cute. I love her energy, and I hope you guys can give her some love and support. Time to do a shameless plug. I'm raising funds for Nekabosu merch on my Ko-fi. Help Zap out. But yeah, anyway, thank you so much everybody for your time. I will see you guys on Wednesday, because I'm gonna be on a business trip Monday, Tuesday. So yeah. See you guys on Wednesday, Thursday. See you. Tsukari.